SeeAbility has a long history stretching back over 220 years. We are one of the oldest specialist organisations for people with visual impairments in the world. Our history began in 1799. Back then, life was very difficult for people with a visual impairment. There was very little help or support. Samuel Bosanquet Jr. was a partially sighted man. He was the owner of a business that would later become Lloyd's Bank. He saw the terrible problems people with visual impairment face, and he decided to do something about it. He got together with 3 friends: Thomas Boddington, a director of the Bank of England, James Ware, a well-known surgeon, and William Houston, a charity worker. Together, the 4 men raised funds for a school for young people with visual impairment. The School for the Indigent Blind was established at St George's Fields, Southwark in 1799. Indigent was a word that meant poor or needy. The first school was in the Dog and Duck Tavern, which had been a well-known house of public entertainment, but had recently been shut down by the council. Their aim was to teach the young people a useful trade, such as basket weaving, spinning and mat making, and to educate them in religious and moral values. The school would clothe and board and lodge the pupils until they were able to earn their own money. The idea was that by the end of their education, they would become more independent members of society. At the time, this was a brave and creative idea. There wasn't much choice, freedom or control for the pupils, but the school was leading the way on improving the lives of people with a visual impairment. Over the years, the school grew and moved to a new building in 1838, where they could accommodate over 200 pupils. The school helped many hundreds of young people to become part of society. By 1900, we needed more space again. The old building was sold to London Transport, who bought it because they were building the new London Underground system. It was decided to move out of London, so land in Leatherhead was bought and a new school was built. By today's standards, people were very institutionalised. Everything was done for them and their expectations were very low. But at the time, the school was recognised as leading the way in the care of people with a visual impairment. Offering them education and work was a radical step. In 1911, the school was recognised as being state-of-the-art by King George V, who gave it royal patronage, and we became the Royal School for the Blind. By the 1930s, the school was mostly residential workshops. But as time passed, people realised that there was a lot more that could be achieved to allow people to lead healthy, happy, independent lives. So by the 1980s, the Royal School for the Blind had completely transformed. The dormitories were gradually changed into flats. Pupils had become residents and were able to mix with one another. We refocused our energy on enabling the people we support to achieve independence. People who we support became actively involved in making decisions about how to run their home and their lives. They were encouraged to make informed choices and to take responsibility for their lives. The aim was to encourage fuller integration into the wider community.
In 1992, we began to expand the services into community-based settings, supporting people with learning disabilities, autism, and sight loss. And in 1994, we changed our name to SeeAbility to reflect the fact that we no longer operated a school. In 2013, we began working to prevent avoidable sight loss by conducting sight tests for children in special schools and raising awareness about the increased likelihood of sight loss for people with learning disabilities. We're proud to be one of the only social care providers in the UK that can boast an in-house specialist support team. We provide speech and language therapy, positive behaviour support, physiotherapy, and vision rehabilitation. We pride ourselves on our values, our specialisms, and being truly ambitious for the lives of the people we support and our colleagues so that we can all achieve our aims. Our approach is person-centred, enabling extraordinary progress towards positive outcomes. The people we're supporting are able to live more independently as active participants in our communities, making more choices about what they want from life every single day.